What is up, friends? I'm out on a walk without my Rio. He's fine, he's at home. But this is my second day taking myself out for a walk. And that is because I need to walk like a human being. I need to walk and move and swing my arms and swing my legs. Because walking is medicine. Walking is what the human body was designed for. And what I do when I'm with Rio, and actually what I see a lot of people doing while I'm out with Rio, is ambling. Ambling, kind of like jogging, running's little cousin, is not an optimized form of movement for the human body. You're losing a lot of your efficiency, a lot like driving a sports car in bumper-to-bumper traffic. It's capable, it's not optimal. Not only are you not optimizing the design of the vehicle, the design of your beautiful human engineering, but you are wearing out parts with extra wear and tear. And I hate to compare the human body to a car because that's just vile and vulgar, but it's actually a reasonably apt analogy. You are wearing out parts and you are moving suboptimally and you are leaving on the table incredible design efficiency that your body was designed to be able to utilize, but also that it now, with that evolution, depends on for its own maintenance. Again, sorry for the car analogy, but you know how the battery recharges as you run it? That's a lot of what walking will do for you. If you're moving fascially, which I will stop myself from getting off into a long tangent because I'm standing in the rain and I'm on my phone and this doesn't have to be an hour, and that's at least an hour-long conversation. It's a big deal. But look it up. Look up fascial movement. Go nuts. I'll be back though to talk about it. I don't want to scare anybody talking to myself in the park or get startled. Okay, what am I saying? So, I need to go out on my own walks because my body needs to walk. And with Rio, all I can do is shift my weight side to side and gently walk and wait for him, which is fine. I'm happy to do that. And I'm about to go home and do it for like an hour. Like I do it every day, okay? But it's not walking. And so I need to take myself out for my own walks. And maybe you need to do the same because your body needs to walk hard, properly, like a human being. What does that mean? What does that look like? It's been so long since I tried that, Julie. I imagine it can be overwhelming, and I actually think a lot of us like so many things in movement, squatting and planks and crawling and stuff. I mean, I'm just listing sort of random movements that are sort of trendy to do at a gym that actually we did as a baby and we just forget how to do, and then we get anxious about doing wrong because the stakes are higher once we're older and our body isn't as apt to experiment and bounce back easily. Walking is one of those things. You have to take your body out for its own test run on your own. Swing your arms, swing your legs, let your spine rotate. How do your hamstrings feel? How do your calves feel? How do your shins feel? Are you crash landing your heels into the ground each time and cussing up your knee and spine? Oh, I'm gonna cringe just thinking about it. All kinds of things. I mean, we will break this down because it's worth analyzing. It's beautiful to analyze, but it's also something that is unique to you. You're going to have your own stride length and cadence and pace that's going to work for your engineering. You're unique. Like thinking about my beautiful friend Melinda, with whom I love to muse over these things. She is my muse on many of these things as we bat around these ideas. Your walking is like a symphony. Human movement is symphonic. Human movement is musical. And all the different instruments that come together, each with their specialized part, and then come together and they make a unique sound and a unique rhythm and melody, etc. Your walk will have that uniqueness. So with me and with there's countless people who study gait and discuss it and know a lot more than I do. And they will talk past each other. They'll coincide with what each other are saying. They'll have different emphases. It's like you need to go in there a little bit armed with just understanding how your body moves to have a context, so that you have a basis against which to reflect and compare what they're describing in your body. So don't get overwhelmed, don't get lost. It's just like anything in fitness. You need to listen to yourself, your trainer, your coach, your inspiration, the Instagram videos, whatever. That can only give you some motivation and some ideas, but then you need to do the listening to make sure you're doing it right. When you're doing it right, it won't hurt, it won't cause injury. And I pause there because I'm almost like, and you can't be trusted to not injure yourself, because we do. We hurt ourselves all the time. You see people lumbering around in ways that are extremely damaging to the body, and you can tell it hurts. They're literally wincing while they're doing it. Like, you'll see people swinging. They'll have a phone in one hand and they're swinging and they're just whacking their spine one direction. I don't know that group, but I've heard of them, right? They'll just be swinging so asymmetrically because they've got this thing in their hand, or they don't realize because their shoes are really distorting the way they move. So I'm sorry that it's a fair and unfair thing to say, to be like, just go try it, take it for a test run. But begin to listen to what feels normalized, meaning it might not be optimal, but you're used to it, and use inspiration that you learn about to test things to then see if you can create and get back to what is more properly normal, or what should be optimal for your body. Okay, I'm gonna go get my dog. Shh, don't tell him. I do feel guilty. This is like the first time in going on like 20 years that I've walked without a dog. It feels actually very disorienting. My Lola is with me always. I know. But yeah, I'm gonna go get my old man. Thanks, guys. I hope this is interesting. I know a lot of you are working on your walk and on your body, and every step matters. It is definitionally human to walk. Like, we got to do this. If it's one thing you do, it is so beautiful for your health. Work on your posture, work on your breathing, strength, fascia, mindfulness. There's a lot that is going on. Cut the audiobooks. Don't talk on the phone. Try to really not carry anything if you don't have to. Right? And do it for yourself. All right, guys, while I'm out here, I'm walking backwards up this hill. I want to add a small addendum to that video that was already too long. But that is to say, I'm not trying to be obnoxious or snarky when I say, no, we can't be trusted to not hurt ourselves. That is a tough love statement, and it's honestly me being a little ironic and a little sort of dark humored about just how bad we are to our bodies in our society. I hope that steam that I'm seeing isn't in the phone. Anyway, it's almost a requisite, it's a requirement of our modern life to damage our bodies. We're not allowed to get enough sleep. We're not allowed to get enough movement. We're not allowed to eat, mindfully and slowly. We have to cram it in to hurried lifestyle. There's just all kinds of basic things we don't do well for our health. So we become conditioned to not listen to our bodies. So it's not like an accident when I have to say, try to figure out what's not actually normal and hurting you, because part of how we've had to learn to exist is to ignore minor discomfort and then, like the frog in the hot water, right? You raise that temperature slowly enough, doesn't notice it's boiling, and we end up with injuries, and we get really good at not listening to them and ignoring them, is what I wanted to say. And in fact, it's almost sort of a badge of honor to ignore pain, right? No pain, no gain. So that's how I meant that statement, all right? So as best you can, become as obsessive about listening to your body as you can. No one else can hear your body. Not the doctor, not the experts. They cannot. You have to do that inside work. And it's a lifelong journey. Okay? So, putting that out there, I just wanted to reframe because that sounded really obnoxious and I didn't mean to be. It wasn't against anyone personally. It's a statement on our society that it's a survival skill to ignore our most basic physical home. That's not okay.